We need to connect the two files, and we'll have to do that by adding Java code to the main activity Java file inside the Java folder inside your top folder. But before you do that, make sure that you've gone to the activity main section, and that for each item in it, you want to select and make sure that you have given everything a name or an ID up at the top. The most important one will be the button, which I have called button view profile. And then you want to make sure that things in your second screen have IDs as well. IDs act here the way they do with HTML and JavaScript, where you have an ID in the HTML and you can access it with the JavaScript. So we want to attach programming code that's going to call that button, and it's going to be used to open up the next screen. So let's go through creating the Java code. I'm inside my public class main activity in the public void on create section, and I've entered a few blank lines here. So to get started, we're going to have to initialize and reference our button control by our ID name. So we do this doing button, which is going to declare a new button with the name of button, that's our local name for it, equals button. We're creating a new instance, and then we're going to do this using the find view by ID, and you should use autocomplete wherever it's available. And then we want to tell it that it's an ID of button view profile. Now you'll notice that this text is red. That's because we need to import some code for that. So we're going to do Alt-Enter, and it should add an import. Nope, that's not the way I want to do it. Click on the first one, Alt-Enter, and it should import our button widget. There we go. I'm missing my semicolon here. You've got to watch for errors. We should be getting green check marks up at the top. This isn't completely coded because the variable button has not been used, but we're going to take care of that in just a second. It would be a good idea at this point to save your work before we move on to the next step. Our next step will be to type button.setOn, and we want to select the on-click listener. Inside the parentheses, we're going to type new on, and again we're going to select our first choice here. And that puts in a stub beginning code for us to finish creating the code for this section. So inside the public void on-click view, we're going to type in start A. That's going to give us our start activity. And we want to make sure it's start activity intent, which it is. And then we're going to have to insert a new intent, and in that parentheses, we want to do main activity.this, that's our current activity, comma, profile.class. And that's referring to the profile class that we just created. And if I've done this all correctly, I should be able to save and test. And view my profile. And that's all we're doing for this app. So you want to make sure that everything is saved. Take a Jing video of your working program here, and then make sure that you use the version control system to share your project on GitHub. I'm going to call it personal profile. Create a personal profile app. And I'm going to share it up to GitHub so you can hand in the link to your repository, as well as a Jing video of your working program.